Hello, this video is going to talk about integrating Image Science Associates' Golden Thread application into Scantheus. Golden Thread has this icon right now. But first, let's talk about what Golden Thread does. Bait and switch, let's bring up a website here. Golden Thread measures the image quality based on federal agency's Digital Guidelines Initiative. That's a mouthful, so we call it FAGI. And this is a government website, digitizationguidelines.gov. But what we're going to do is go into this revised guidelines document. And the FAGI measurement system goes on, it's called a star system, where a 1 star is not that great and a 4 star is state of the art. So you can find this in the FAGI document along with all the criteria that is used based on these standards to measure image quality. So we'll talk about that when we go into Golden Thread. So this is the basis of the Golden Thread analysis using a FAGI called a FAGI 19264 standard. And Golden Thread Image Science Associates has a chart, a FAGI chart, that Golden Thread can analyze. So Golden Thread, when you run it by yourself, I'm going to run it up here. You can select an image and have it analyze it directly. So what we do is within Scantheus, it will run this application in the background where you'll just see it kind of pop up on the taskbar in Windows. And so all the analysis I'm about to show you, it will do as it spawns out of Scantheus. So we're going to use a FAGI chart here. You can select what type of volumes that you're working with. I'm going to use rare, and then we're going to select an image. And I have a couple images here on my desktop that I'm going to use. Select it there. It'll bring up the main analysis window here. So within Golden Thread, you do 2 steps. You do a crop and identify. And I'm just going to warn you up front that what I'll do for the sake of keeping the video short is any process that may take, say, 45 seconds to a minute, I'm going to edit it down. So, and we're about to do one of those things. So now it's identified the document looking for the different areas that it's going to use to run the analysis. And I'm going to run this, do run now, and this takes from 45 seconds to a minute. So I'll be editing the video down so it'll look like it just takes a few seconds, but it's actually a rather lengthy process, 45 seconds to a minute. So when it completes, it gives you this report. This is a summary tab, and you see all these other tabs that go into more detail about the different areas that it tests. So what happens within Scantheus, it runs Golden Thread, and a PDF file of this report comes up. And what you're trying to get to is a 4-star state-of-the-art measurement. So this sample image I put in here is a 97.2% 4-star compliant. See, it gets dinged a little bit on these areas here. So this report is that Scantheus will generate is exactly the same as if you go out here and you export this to a PDF. I've got where I exported a little earlier here. This is what that report looks like. So when you run it within Scantheus, this is what's going to pop up. and it'll have a specific file name on it based upon the image name. And with some of the other options I have, you can run Golden Thread. It can have the name of the PC that generated the image. So that's Golden Thread, running it manually. So within, I'm going to exit it out here. So I'm all the way out of Golden Thread. Let's pop up Scantheus here. So I have these couple of images in my calibration folder, and that's what we're going to be working with. Now, in order for it to detect Golden Thread on your scanner, and again, I was saying there are two modes you'll be able to run it, and what I'm about to show you is Golden Thread is already on this PC. There's another mode you can run where Golden Thread is on another PC on your network, and you run an application called GTNet, and the scanning system, the scanner, can send the image over the network, and the remote PC will do the processing. In order for Golden Thread analysis to be part of your system, you need to have ICC profiling turned on within your output options. And then down here are Golden Thread options. And this folder, this Golden Thread results folder, is where your PDF report file will go when it's done processing. So when Scantheus spawns out Golden Thread, it gives this path to tell it where it wants the PDF report file to go. So let's go into admin here. Oh, sorry, not admin. Let's go back in here to calibration. And I'm going to select one of these images that I've already scanned. And you'll notice when I select it, it says it was scanned with a profile. So typically in calibration, you want to calibrate without any kind of profile, and then you generate a profile, and then you analyze it. So at this point, I've already calibrated my scanner, I've created a profile, and I just want to run an analysis of it. And you can do that at any time. As long as you turn the profiles on and do a scan, you can do an analysis of it. So in order for it to go into where I can run the Golden Thread analysis, I need to tell it to detect the chart. And that's important because there's a table in there, because each of these charts are unique with slightly different colors. And part of the detect chart defines what the target black and white patches are, and that's part of that table that it loads. So you have to detect the chart so it knows which one it is working with, because it needs those colors in order to pass it to the generate profile and Golden Thread analysis. So now I've got my chart detecting. You see it finds all the different patches and everything, and I'm going to run the Golden Thread analysis. So this is going to take the same amount of time as if I ran it manually. So I'm going to cut it short and then come back when the analysis is complete, and it'll bring up a PDF image when it's done. So when the analysis is done, Golden Thread brings up that PDF report. And these other pages are more detailed pages. What your primary page you want to check is this summary page that has what your rating is for your FADGI 4-star compliance. Now, the other option we have with this is I'm gonna back out of here. Go into admin. I'm going to enable GTNet. Now, GTNet, as I said earlier, this is a way of running Golden Thread that's installed on another PC on your network. And you define the folder where the image is going to go from this workstation, and then where the results, the PDF report file, will go when it's complete. So I'm going to bring up the GTNet, Golden Thread Net, here, and I have it set up. This is how you typically set it up. You want to point to a folder on your network. By default, you can actually have it run on a local drive, but that's only if your Golden Thread is actually on the same machine as your Scantheus. So we're going to put the input folder there. We're going to put the results folder here. So it's kind of weird what we're doing because we have Golden Thread on this system, but for the sake of showing the example of Golden Thread Net, we're going to have it put the sample images up on the network, and GTNet will pick it up. So in this case, instead of Scantheus running Golden Thread, this GTNet application will run it for us. So I have to turn it on to start pulling, and while it's doing, it's checking this folder for an image from not just this system, but any system on the network that wants to put an image into this input folder. So let's do this so we can see what's going on here, both going on. We'll go back into calibration, and we're going to select an image. Now, what you're going to see is when I say run Golden Thread analysis, a few seconds later, the GTNet will pick it up, and it'll generate the results PDF. And then when it's done, the Scantheus here will see that file and open it up as if Golden Thread is on this system itself. So it moved it up to the network. And what GTNet does, it moves the original image into the results folder, and it appends the name of the PC that created it. And then the PDF file it generates will have the same name with the .pdf extension. So the Golden Thread analysis takes anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute or so. So if I jump forward, I've edited several seconds out of the process here. Oh, there it is. It's analyzed and generated the image. So I stalled enough time there for it to finish up the generation of the analysis. So this is a Golden Thread underscore. This is the PC name that generated it. So any PC on the network, you'll know which image in that results folder was generated from which PC and what image. And so the second page is your summary. And that's it. So speaking of summaries, you have to turn on ICC profiling in order for it to look for Golden Thread on the PC, or use the Golden Thread Net. You can run Golden Thread manually like I was doing here, or you can also do it as part of your calibration. So you can set calibration to not only calibrate to say, I want to generate an ICC profile and I want to run Golden Thread. So in that case, it's a one-step, press calibrate, it does it, generates profile, runs Golden Thread. So that's how Golden Thread's incorporated. So you have to have ICC profiling turned on, and you have to set it up so that depending on which mode you're using Golden Thread, whether it's on your PC itself, if it's a single scanner install, you can just not turn on GTNet and just put a results folder here, use the default. Or if you want to run it over the network, your Golden Thread is on another PC, whether it's a scanner or not, doesn't matter, but you install GTNet on it, make it a server, and then the client side is on Scantheus here, and it'll go and copy the image up you want analyzed into the input folder and results put into the results folder, and it's automatically displayed to you. So that's a little summary on what FADGI 4-star is, and Golden Thread NXT, and how Scantheus incorporates Golden Thread into itself.